In Alien, 1979, Ash is observing the chest-burster embryo inside Kane on his monitor, which he turns off when Ripley appears. While they talk, she tries to look in his microscope but Ash tells her to stop. After she leaves, he drinks a white fluid. Full details and spoilers in comments. I can't lie to you about your chances. But you have my sympathies. I mean, he literally countermands Ripley, breaks protocol, and allows Kane and crew back on the ship, and bypass quarantine, which would have saved them. Well, not Kane. In Shutter Island, 2010, every time Leonardo DiCaprio smokes he gets his cigarettes lit by someone else. Explanation in comments. There was someone arguing on here years ago about how badly the film was edited. When people explained the continuity mistakes were intentional, they doubled down. It was hilarious to watch them try and explain how Scorsese had, just for this one film, forgotten how filmmaking worked. It's still one of the best examples of breaking editing rules to intentionally provoke a reaction. I wish more directors made little puzzle box movies like this. My high school Psych 101 was taught by a part-time teacher, so half of our class was literally watching Memento and this film. It was my favorite class. Doesn't he bum every cigarette too? In the movie King Kong, 2005, a big, fat man from the audience can be seen laughing out loud at Andaro's comedic tumble. This foreshadows the event that happens later, when Kong bursts out laughing after and falls while attempting to amuse him. There's a fun interview with Naomi Watts where she discusses asking David Lynch for advice about whether to take this role. She switches into an amazing David Lynch impression and says, Naomi, anyone who sits in the palm of King Kong, will be a movie star for life. Absolutely love this movie. One of my favorite details is the crate in the underbelly of the ship labeled Sumatran Rat Monkey, a nod to one of Peter Jackson's first films, Brain Dead. What are the most dangerous documentaries ever made? As in, where the crew exposed themselves to dangers of all sorts to film it. Fire of Love. It's about a French couple who were obsessed with volcanoes and filmed themselves over a number of years right up on top of them. They had self-made heat-proof suits. They ended up dying by eruption, and the movie has footage of them the day they died. They were also featured in a Werner Herzog documentary called Into the Inferno, which could also fit this description. Restrepo is filmed in a literal war zone. Just because it's the thumbnail, didn't Super Size Me turn out to be a big fraud, and all the health damage reported was actually because Spurlock was secretly an alcoholic? In Deadpool and Wolverine, 2024, an orthopedic store named Liefeld's is named after Deadpool comic creator Rob Liefeld. Liefeld has been criticized for not being able to draw feet properly in his comics. I noticed the Liefeld sign. I didn't notice it was an orthopedic store. That's hilarious. WTF is up with the pictures ratio, laughing face. Just noticed that blind assassin Kane in John Wick Chapter 4, 2023, uses a handgun with no sights. I just like the fact that his name is Kane and he uses a cane. This character wrecked my head. John Wick is meant to be the best of the best but is evenly matched against a blind guy. Does that mean Kane would be the best if he wasn't blind? Like, couldn't he just have made a fuckton of noise to disrupt him? Oh. We're in Japan. Look. A gong. Obviously hyperbole, but my point still stands. In Prey, 2022, the dog companion's name is Sarai. Sir means dog in the Comanche language, so this means the dog's name is quite literally dog. Pretty sure that Mad Max only refers to his dog as dog in Road Warrior. Draco the dragon in Dragonheart was a dragon named Dragon. So instead of calling me dragon in your tongue, you'll call me dragon in some other tongue. Characters who are supposed to be athletes but are really bad at it. Roger Moore doing downhill skiing, freestyle, ski jumping, bobsledding and ice hockey in one single movie, only doing it by bad rear projection in the studio or by stuntmen. Yet my all-time favorite Bond flick. Wesley Snipes was considered pretty awful at the sports he played on screen. In Major League they had him running in slow motion because he was apparently really slow and flails his body around as he moves, and they never show him throwing a baseball because, well, he couldn't. White man can't jump, he didn't know how to play basketball and had to be taught the game during filming. Basketball is really hard to fake. Wesley Snipes in White Men Can't Jump and Michael J. Fox and Teen Wolf are two particularly bad examples. Halle Berry had some minor flaws in her shooting form that made me wonder if she truly was a basketball star in Catwoman. Official IMAX poster for Captain America: Brave New World. Falcon had better pray Hulk follows the toss people instead of pulling them apart ethos of super strength. Harrison Ford looks great for someone who's 82. Fun fact, there's no CG in this poster. That's just what Harrison Ford does when you talk about nerd shit in his presence. This matchup makes absolutely no fucking sense. David Lynch, visionary director of Twin Peaks and Blue Velvet, dies at 78. Wherever David Lynch is now, I hope he finds a damn good cup of coffee. Absolutely devastated, one of greatest directors of all time, not mention Twin Peaks revolutionized TV. Really a madman in the best way possible. RIP. That good hair right till the end. Christopher Walken gets Severance DVDs sent to him because he doesn't have the equipment to stream it. I'm picturing him with one of those giant box televisions from the 90s and a combo VHS/DVD player. It's astounding to me, how many here can't fathom that Walken might be totally capable of buying and setting up a streaming box, but just doesn't care about it. Flushed face. Put them next to his Foo Fighters CDs. Marvel Television's Daredevil, Born Again official trailer Disney+. Guess they got really tired of the "is it going to be violent" questions. It does feel like season 4. Can't wait. I really like the idea that Fisk is almost nostalgic seeing Matt again. The Daredevil theme on an organ goes so hard. I'm sorry but I need to rant about Thanos' death for a minute. I also like how Thanos ended Infinity War resting, watching the sun rise on a grateful universe. While in Endgame, Thanos ends by resting with his back turned on the sun rising on a grateful universe. I know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail nonetheless. It's frightening, turns the legs to jelly. Thanos' first line in Infinity War. Your legs turn to jelly. And the way that Thanos is the last to get dusted after seeing all his army turn to dust. One final kick in the gut by Tony LOL. In Nope, 2022, as Emerald is giving the pitch about Haywood being their great-great-grandfather, OJ points out that she missed a great later. We hear audio of their father giving the same pitch. She missed a great because she was giving their father's pitch for the first time since his death. Realizing we saw the monster at the very beginning blew my mind the second time I watched this. I'm still blown away both by how good this movie was, and by how underrated it is. In Black Panther, 2018, T'Chaka tells T'Challa, a man who doesn't prepare his children for his death has failed as a father in Wakanda Forever, 2022, Nakia tells Shuri how T'Challa prepared both her and their son, Toussaint, for his death. Somehow I never realized the guy playing T'Chaka had a prosthetic eye. I forgot, what's the in-universe explanation for Chala's death? Like and subscribe.